Hey everyone, welcome back to Old Rare Coins, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today we're focusing on some of the most iconic and highly sought after the top 4 coins in US history, the Abraham Lincoln Wheat pennies. These little copper treasures have been circulating for over a century, and some of them can fetch big money in today's market. First, the most iconic the 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny worth in fine condition. The Lincoln Wheat penny series ran from 1909 to 1958, with the design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1946 penny was minted shortly after World War II, making it a coin with historical importance. This particular year was notable because it was the first time since the war that pennies were made from the original copper composition again, after the zinc-coated steel cents of 1943. By 1946, the penny returned to its 95% copper and 5% tin composition. With over 1 billion pennies minted in Philadelphia alone, it's no surprise that most 1946 pennies aren't considered rare. But as any coin collector knows, rarity isn't the only factor that can make a penny valuable. Before we dive into values, let's quickly define what fine condition means for coins. According to the Sheldon grading scale, a coin in fine F12 condition shows moderate wear but still retains some of its design details. The Lincoln portrait may be smooth around the edges, and the wheat stalks on the reverse will have significant wear but are still visible. Fine condition falls in the middle of the grading scale, so it's not as crisp as a mint-state penny but far better than a poor, heavily worn coin. Now that we know what fine means, let's talk about what you really want to know: how much these coins are worth. Mint marks pennies minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, tend to be less valuable because of the higher production numbers. Denver and San Francisco mint marks are generally more sought after due to their lower mintages. Condition: even within the fine grade, the overall quality of the penny can influence its value. Coins with less noticeable wear or sharper details will command a higher price. Error coins with minting errors, such as double die varieties or off-center strikes, can skyrocket in value. Error coins from 1946 are rare but highly collectible. Now let's talk about today's market value. In fine condition, a typical 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny has an average value of around 10 to 20 cents. This may seem modest, but there are certain varieties of the 1946 penny that are worth significantly more. Philadelphia mint no mint mark is the most common. These usually range from 10 to 20 cents. In fine condition, Denver mint D mint mark, these can sell for slightly higher, around 20 to 40 cents in fine condition. Due to their smaller mintage, San Francisco mint S mint mark coins from the San Francisco mint are more desirable and can range from 40 cents to $1 in fine condition, depending on the quality. But here's where it gets interesting: error coins can be worth much more. A double die error from 1946, for example, could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the doubling and its condition. Some 1946 wheat pennies in exceptional fine condition or with rare errors have sold for impressive amounts at auction. For instance, a 1946 S penny with a significant double die obverse sold for over $3,000. Even though these examples are rare, it goes to show how a simple penny can become a valuable piece of history. So, there you have it. While most 1946 Lincoln Wheat pennies in fine condition are worth just a few cents, certain varieties and errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you have a 1946 penny lying around, it might be worth taking a closer look. Next up, the US history, the 1943 Lincoln Steel&Wheat penny. First off, why steel? What makes the 1943 Lincoln Wheat penny stand out compared to all the other pennies minted before and after? Well, it's all about the timing. In the middle of World War II, copper was in high demand for military use. The US Mint decided to make pennies out of steel coated with zinc instead of the traditional copper. This was a temporary measure, but it led to one of the most iconic coins in US history. The result: these steel pennies have a shiny, silvery appearance when they're in good shape. But, as you'll see with older or corroded versions, they can rust or develop a dull, gray look over time. And yet, despite their condition, many of these coins still hold incredible value today. First off, the 1943 pennies were produced in huge numbers, with over 1 billion made across 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So they're not rare in terms of production. However, a few key factors can increase their value, especially even if the coin is in bad condition. Mint marks and variations. There are different variations of the 1943 penny, those minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark Denver D, and San Francisco S. While most of these coins are made of steel, some rare copper pennies from 1943 were mistakenly made, and those are incredibly valuable. However, even the steel versions can hold value, especially those with errors. Errors and misstrikes. Error coins like double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins with die breaks are highly sought after by collectors. A penny with a significant minting error, even if it's heavily worn, can still sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Condition, even when poor. Coins are typically graded from 1 poor condition to 70 perfect condition, while high-grade coins in pristine condition can fetch thousands. Even pennies in bad condition, rusted, worn, or corroded, can still be valuable due to their historical significance. Collectors are always on the hunt, and demand for steel pennies remains strong. If you have a 1943 steel penny that's heavily circulated and worn, think rust, scratches, or heavy discoloration, you're looking at a value between 10 to 50 cents. Yes, it's low, but remember, these were mass-produced. However, even in this condition, they're still worth more than face value because of their historical significance. Error coins in poor condition. Here's where things get interesting. If your steel penny has an error such as a double die, off-center strike, or even a die crack, it can significantly increase the value. Even in bad condition, error coins can sell for $100 to $500, depending on the error type and rarity. Rare varieties. Certain rare minting varieties, like the 1943D or 1943S steel pennies with specific die errors, could fetch $1,000 or more, even if the coin is in poor condition. Collectors pay top dollar for these rarities, no matter the grade. Copper penny mistake. Although it's rare, if you happen to have a copper penny from 1943 by mistake, hold on tight. These are some of the most valuable coins ever produced by the US Mint. Even in the worst possible condition, a 1943 copper penny can sell for $100,000 to $250,000 or more at auction. Check the mint mark. Look for the letter under the year: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. Some mint marks are more desirable than others, particularly coins from the San Francisco Mint. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to closely examine your penny. Look for doubling in the letters, numbers, or mint mark. Misstrikes and die breaks are other key indicators. Weigh it. If you suspect you have a copper penny instead of steel, weighing it is crucial. Steel pennies weigh 2.7 grams, while copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. If your penny weighs more than 2.7 grams, you might have hit the jackpot. In conclusion, while the 1943 Lincoln Steel&Wheat penny might not make you a millionaire in poor condition, it's still a fascinating piece of history that holds its value in today's market. Whether it's 10 cents, $50, or potentially thousands if you have an error or rare variety, there's something truly special about holding onto these wartime relics. Next up, the ultra-valuable 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny. First, let's talk a little bit about the Lincoln Wheat penny series. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, the Lincoln Wheat penny was first minted in 1909 and continued until 1958, making the 1958 penny the last year of this iconic design. The penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. But what makes the 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny so special, and why are some of them worth thousands of dollars? Let's break it down. While millions of 1958 pennies were minted, not all of them are valuable. Most of the coins from 1958 are just regular pennies that you'd find in circulation, worth only their face value or slightly more if they're in pristine condition. However, there's a rare version of this penny that can be worth thousands, and we're talking about the ultra-rare 1958 double die obverse Lincoln Wheat penny. The double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling of the design, especially in the date, liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." This error is incredibly rare for the 1958 penny, with only 3 known examples of the 1958 double die penny in existence. Focus on the date 1958, the word liberty, and "In God We Trust." The doubling will be clear and distinct in these areas, almost as if there are 2 impressions of the letters and numbers. The condition matters. Like with all rare coins, the condition of your 1958 penny is crucial. A coin in good condition can sell for a decent amount, but a coin in mint or uncirculated condition could fetch top dollar. We'll go over specific values shortly, but first, here's a quick guide to coin grading. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition. The better the condition, the higher the grade, and the more valuable the coin. A little bit about the Lincoln-Wheat penny series. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, the Lincoln-Wheat penny was first minted in 1909 and continued until 1958, making the 1958 penny the last year of this iconic design. The penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. But what makes the 1958 Lincoln-Wheat penny so special, and why are some of them worth thousands of dollars? Let's break it down. While millions of 1958 pennies were minted, not all of them are valuable. Most of the coins from 1958 are just regular pennies that you'd find in circulation, worth only their face value or slightly more if they're in pristine condition. However, there's a rare version of this penny that can be worth thousands, and we're talking about the ultra-rare 1958 double die obverse Lincoln-Wheat penny. The double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling of the design, especially in the date, liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." This error is incredibly rare for the 1958 penny, with only 3 known examples of the 1958 double die penny in existence. Focus on the date 1958, the word liberty, and "In God We Trust." The doubling will be clear and distinct in these areas, almost as if there are 2 impressions of the letters and numbers. The condition matters. Like with all rare coins, the condition of your 1958 penny is crucial. A coin in good condition can sell for a decent amount, but a coin in mint or uncirculated condition could fetch top dollar. We'll go over specific values shortly, but first, here's a quick guide to coin grading. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition. The better the condition, the higher the grade, and the more valuable the coin. Here's a quick breakdown. Coins with a lot of wear, but the main details are still visible. The value here is typically low, unless it's the double die variety. Some details are worn, but the overall design is still clear. This is where regular 1958 pennies might be worth a couple of dollars. Uncirculated, these coins have very little wear, and you can see almost all of the original details coins that are in perfect condition with no signs of wear. These are the top-tier coins and fetch the highest prices. Good to very fine condition, these pennies are worth between $0.10 and $0.50. Not a huge fortune, but still more than face value. Extremely fine to about uncirculated, the value goes up to around $1 to $2, depending on the condition. Mint state, a regular 1958 penny in mint condition can fetch anywhere from $5 to $30. Good condition, even in lower grades, the 1958 double die penny can be worth upwards of $75,000. Mint state condition, the last time one of these pennies was sold at auction, it went for a staggering $336,000 in mint state condition. That's right, you could be holding a 6-figure penny in your hands. However, it's important to get your coin certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC if you believe you have a rare coin. Next up, the 1939 Lincoln-Wheat penny. Specifically, we'll be talking about what makes this penny so valuable in very fine VF condition. Before we get into the value, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln-Wheat penny. These iconic coins were minted from 1909 to 1958, with the wheat ears design on the reverse and President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The coin was introduced to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday and quickly became one of the most beloved and recognizable U.S. coins. In particular, 1939 was a notable year. It was the tail end of the Great Depression, and the San Francisco Mint produced just over 52 million of these pennies, making the S Mint mark a key factor in the coin's rarity today. Now, not all 1939 S pennies are created equal. The condition of the coin is a huge factor when determining value. For the purposes of this video, we're specifically looking at the 1939 S in very fine VF condition. So, what does very fine mean? In numismatics, VF condition refers to coins that show moderate wear but still retain most of their finer details. On a 1939 S penny, this would mean Lincoln's hair is visible but worn. The wheat stalks on the reverse still show some detail, and there may be light wear on the high points. This grade sits between fine and extremely fine, which makes it an attractive option for collectors looking for good detail without paying a premium for mint state examples. What makes this coin truly stand out is its relative rarity in high grades, particularly those minted in San Francisco with the S Mint mark. Collectors highly prize coins from this era with mint marks because fewer were produced compared to Philadelphia or Denver mints. The 1939 S penny, with its relatively low mintage, is one of the more sought-after Lincoln wheat pennies, especially in higher conditions. So, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is a 1939 S Lincoln wheat penny in very fine condition worth today? As of 2024, the market for rare and collectible coins has been very strong, with demand for older pennies like this one remaining solid. The value of a 1939 S penny in VF condition typically ranges between $2 to $5 on the lower end. But here's the kicker: values can fluctuate based on factors like the current demand for wheat pennies, the state of the overall coin market, and where you choose to sell it. In certain cases, especially if the coin has exceptional eye appeal or is sold through an auction, you might see prices inch higher, sometimes closer to $10. If the coin is graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, the certification can add even more value. Higher grades, like extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU, can fetch even higher prices, sometimes between $10 to $50 depending on the market. But for today's video, we're focusing on VF condition, which remains affordable yet valuable for both new and seasoned collectors alike. If you happen to have a 1939 S penny and are thinking about selling it, you have a few options. You can sell directly to coin dealers, list it on online marketplaces like eBay, or even take it to an auction house. Make sure you do your research though. Dealers typically offer quicker sales but may pay less than what you could get at an auction or through a private sale. One key piece of advice: if you believe your 1939 S penny is in particularly good condition, consider getting it graded by a professional service. Having a certified grade from a trusted third party like PCGS or NGC can significantly increase the value and make the coin more attractive to serious collectors. Yes, it costs money to get a coin graded, but for a potentially rare and valuable penny, it could be well worth the investment. Why are Lincoln wheat pennies, especially those like the 1939 S, a great investment right now? Well, classic US coins have been steadily appreciating in value over the years. With the US Mint no longer producing wheat pennies and their historical significance, these coins continue to attract collectors of all ages. Plus, as older generations pass their collections down, younger collectors are keeping the market alive, ensuring demand remains strong. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1939 S penny in VF condition is an excellent piece to hold onto or add to your collection. It offers a combination of history, rarity, and value that makes it a standout in the world of Lincoln wheat pennies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you in the next video.